winning a season in Call of Dragons will give you insane rewards and will help you unlock a lot of stuff that cost tens of thousands of gems. So it is very profitable for you to try and get to the best guild of your server and to compete and do well, because it will make a big difference. In today's video, I'm going to go over the rewards that I got in Season 1 completion by being part of the #1 alliance on the server and getting basically the maximum amount of rewards, which is the Anointed. And this video is going to go over all the rewards you can get and which ones are actually very worth it and which ones you should stay away from. Hi everyone, I'm Zoras from Not Casuals, and I am going to be showing you the rewards that I got for the end of season, which was about 5 days ago, and I will be telling you what you should be getting. So of course, I got the Anointed, which means that my alliance had the Flame Dragon at the end of the season, and we got the maximum amount of rewards. So this was obviously very beneficial. Now, members, officers, and leaders get all the same rewards. The difference is you get more or less gems, and that's about it. So in our case, of course, we got the Anointed Crystal Store. So I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like, as well as what this artifact compendium means and what's the difference between the others. So first, their Crystal Store, which is basically going to be an icon that appears like this. It was about 5 or 6 days, I think, and I'm at the end of it. I was a bit busy, but now I am here just in time to make a video about it. So you can see, obviously, I already purchased it, but in this store, you have a limited and a common. Now, the limited will let you choose depending on your rating. You can see that I got the check mark for Anointed, and you can only purchase one limited item. Now, I got about 2,500 of this crystal at the beginning, and you can't gain any more of this when the season is ended. So what you got given is what you're gonna have. Now, of course, it was enough to buy one of these. They're all 600 no matter what. So in this case, it's kind of a no-brainer. Legendary hero tokens are by far the most valuable here, as opposed to, let's say, keys. Now, I want to just do a quick comparison to gem value. So if you are VIP 14 or 15 in the store, you can buy literally all of this. Every one of these items is for sale. Now, honor point is 1 per gem. So 8 of these is 8,000 honor points. So this is worth 8,000 gems in the VIP store currently. So if we go here, VIP store, obviously the PvP honor stuff is here. Like, you can just spend it. It's going to be, obviously I have some of them, but you can see buy and use. Now in the actual store, you will see you can buy like a lot of speed ups. And if you go down in the bottom here, 24-hour speed ups, there's like also the 15-hour speed ups somewhere here. Actually, there isn't. There's the 8-hour speed ups. There's obviously keys. So if I was to buy 20 of these keys times 300, it's basically going to be 6,000 gems to buy 20 of these keys. And it's the same for this one. And if you were to buy these ones, now I don't have them unlocked, but if it's like Rise of Kingdom, and from what I've seen, I think they're like 1,500 or 2,000 each, which is obviously pretty expensive. But you know, they are from the season of your choice, of the ones you're currently in. But you can see this is obviously very high value. It's one of the lowest value you can have, other than the speed ups. Now, in my case, if you look at my speed ups, I have 1,000 something hours here. I have a few other thousands here, 136 3 hours. Like, I have a lot of speed ups. For me, in a store like this, speed ups mean absolutely nothing. And the value here is really just not that high. You can get very similar for lower cost of gem in the store. Now, the 3D, they are also worth 10 gems each. So this value here is 10,000 gems value. So out of anything here, this is 8,000 gems, this is 10,000 gems. Now, as I said, these are 6,000 gem value, 6,000 gem value, and speed ups are not that worth it. So it's pretty obvious that in the end, this is going to be the best. You get 10 of them. That is worth, at the minimum, if you get the best deal ever in the game that has ever happened, maybe you're going to get them at 1,000 each. So this is worth at the minimum 10,000 gems. But more likely than not, you're going to be spending 1,500 or 2,000 gems per. So this is worth 15,000 or 20,000 gems in most cases. In any way, they're the hardest thing to get. This you can buy anytime, anywhere you want. There's no limit how much you can buy. This, you cannot buy as many as you want. It's a limited per store per week. So this is just really, it's easy. All of these are completely wasted. You do not want to even look at them. This is the reward you want to buy if you're buying anything. And this goes the same for every tier below it. There is just almost no equivalency to having legendary hero tokens. There's really not much about them that's bad. Like, it's just good at all times. And these are Universal, meaning that it can be for season 1, season 2, or any season afterwards. It will not matter. It will be the best reward, in my opinion, and also kind of mathematically. Now, common store, this one you have unlimited amounts of buying in the entire store, but obviously every one of these has a limit. So obviously I spent everything that I had left in this store. Now, it is quite obvious to me what this is the best here. Of course, this you could only buy one, and I bought it. It is absolutely amazing. It gives you a legendary artifact worth of an item, meaning that when you are going to be upgrading your artifacts to 5 stars and 6 stars in the next season, you will be needing legendary artifacts to sacrifice. Legendary artifacts are not common. It's hard to get. So if you can buy this, buy it, because it is worth a lot. The lower spender you are, the more this has value to you. Now, I'll just go with the mana. This is completely wasteful. Do not buy mana. Mana is not like a bad thing in this game, but you can farm mana by spending time. There is no way to farm CP, and there's no way to really farm prestige early on in the game. So don't waste your points on mana. Now, prestige is one of those currencies that's very, very valuable at the beginning of the game, because you will be able to go in here and get these military expansion, 17,000 legion capacity, 28,000 here, and there's another one right here where you can get a lot of extra troop per march. Now, troop per march will allow you to do a ton of things in this game, meaning that you will be able to have higher march to do Darklings. You'll do Darklings for longer, PvP wise. In the Dragon Trail, you'll bring more troops, get higher level in Dragon Trail, gets more reward. It's just win, win, win. There is no malice to having prestige, and you're gonna have to, obviously be aware and be speeding them up with gems, or just be on the ball where you're always online to queue up the next research. But it is a very important and very good currency. But it is scrapped at the season end, and after a certain point, you gain more from the Dragon Trail than you need, and it becomes completely useless and wasted. So this is going to be a good purchase for whales that are pushing with gems very early on in the season to get very, very strong early on, do the Dragon Trail, and so on. But for most regular players and free-to-play players, this is going to be pretty wasted. I would recommend you don't buy any. I bought a little bit here because I had leftover with my amount here, but it was really not what I would recommend buying. Which leaves, obviously, the CP. CP, in my opinion, is one of the most valuable thing you can get in this game. If you can get it anywhere, you should. As you can see, I bought all of this, and all of this. Just because you can't get CP from anywhere else in the game. There is one pack you can buy that you get some CP every day from, like, for money. But other than that, it's really hard to get CP. And CP is by far the most valuable resource, especially in the early game. Because once you have CP, you can fight Darkling patrols. Now, it's gonna give you a lot of XP, as well as arrows, which are worth gems, as well as epic medals, which are valuable for especially low spenders, and some speed ups, as well as a good amount of resources. So CP translates into instant account value, and in the early season, the most important thing you can do is level up your heroes. As you can see, I'm leveling a lot of my heroes up here, and it is very important that you do so in order to, unlock all their skills. You'll need to, I need level 30 to unlock this skill, and I need level 40 to unlock this skill. So before your marches get back to their full power, they will need a lot of XP, and CP is going to give you that directly, as well as you can level up your artifacts if you fight the monsters like this, which give you a lot of arcane dust. So I think it's pretty obvious that CP is just the best stat. I have entire videos talking about barb efficiency, where you can kill Darklings for 40 CP instead of 50 CP, which makes you even more value because it's like a 20% discount. I could go on for a while. CP is just insanely valuable in this game, and it's quite obvious that here, other than the emblem, everything you have should go into CP because it's just the best thing you can do. So get the tokens, get this one, and get the CP. Everything else is quite useless, except specific scenarios where you are well of some sort. Now, the other part of the reward is going to be the artifact compendium. So the way it works is basically this is a special role that you have a few days to do, and you have 20 attempts total. There is no refresher or anything like that. Now, in those 20 attempts, you will get for sure 2 legendary artifacts. You could get more, but for sure 2 legendary artifacts from this list. Now, you can see the chance of a legendary artifact is 12%. The chance of a legendary artifact usually is a percent or lower. So in this case, this is one of the best ways to spend gems. Now, it is 30,000 gems total, so it is pricey, but you will never get this ratio of gem to legendary artifact anytime else in the game. So it is definitely worth it to save these gems, especially if you're an anointed, because the anointed do have higher legendary percentages than the other versions underneath. So I mean, it's pretty simple. That's all it is. All you have to do is keep drawing until you get your 2 legendary and you've spent, you know, all your gems. I've already gotten one. It was the for Phoenix Flame, basically. I was for my mages, so it was very good. And now I'm obviously going to get another one because it's a guaranteed every 10 draws. So I kept a few draws at the end here just to show you. As well, of course, when you don't get a legendary, what you get is epic. And, you know, for low spenders or free to play, a lot of the epics are very, very game changing. So now this is obviously my legendary. Let's see what I got. I got Infernal Flame. So this is another one. I didn't have this one, so it's new to me. It's going to be good for my mage because I have a lot of mage marches. This is also very good for Lilia. So as you can see, here we go. I got, you know, some really good rewards here. I'm going to just run them all down. I have one left, so obviously not going to get a legendary most likely, but I got 2 legendary out of this. It cost me a lot of gems, but I got, you know, 2 legendaries. It's just insane. I got this one and Phoenix Eye. So this was the 2 that I got from my rewards. So obviously very good. Now you get a pack as well for it. So if you're a spender, it's even double value. Now just to compare with the Universal Compendium here, probability is 1.5%, as well as you can see that there's a lot more choice and the new artifacts were not on here. So this was obviously, you know, it's not as good. The value is not as good. And if you were going to be buying these keys, of course, you would need 10 keys to equivalent to one of the keys from the previous one. And these keys are 300 each. So it would be 3,000 gem in order to get a like 15%-ish chance, which is more than I paid here. I paid 1,500 gems. So, you know, obviously, if you have the gems and if you can save them for this, as it is the most gem value you will get for anything. So that about concludes it for the rewards of the end of the season. Now, of course, this was for season 1. I'm on server 36, so we just switched to season 1 plus, as you can see here. And now if I look at the next season's reward, now I'm on this division. Obviously the next season is not anywhere soon, but you will see that it's pretty much the same. It hasn't changed, so we'll see what this basically allows us to get for next season, as there might be new artifacts and stuff. And you know, it's just very good value. There's a lot of good stuff you can get, so it is important that you try and get as many rewards as you can from this by joining a good alliance and being active. If you have any questions on the end of season rewards, make sure to ask in the comments. And thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.